Hey everyone, just thought I'd give a quick little update. Let's see here real quick. Really excited. I actually have been communicating with Britt from Britts Life in the Philippines, and I used his website to actually find, and basically his videos to find which, where I wanted to live, where I think I wanted to settle down. Some of the videos, or some of the videos I had watched, it kind of said rent before you come here and visit and see the places in person, and I was planning on doing that. But the way they had the properties kind of set up is there's a chance that I could get there and they just don't have any of what I want available. So I was kind of encouraged, not by the people trying to sell me, but just, regardless of where I chose from, to put a deposit down, and secure something. That way, I know I have a place as I'm going there. I did already have not an Airbnb, a Verbo, which is Airbnb's competitor, for 1 month in Cebu, that I was going to kind of use as a base while I looked at other apartments. I am going to keep that, so I'm not going to start this lease until January, which actually works out really well. So when I land in the Philippines, I will have, I think it's like 3 months where I don't have, everything's prepaid, basically, where I will literally have my funds coming in and it'll be discretionary, however I want. I won't have an actual bill to pay. I've just been really super excited. He's got great energy. His website, I'll go ahead and plug it, by the way, is if you're going to be in Cebu, which where I plan on staying, it is a phenomenal website. It is ceburentbuy.com. That's B-U-Y buy. If you're just looking at the Philippines as an entirety, I highly recommend TPL. TPL Rentals, I think it is. It's That Philippine Life, from That Philippine Life channel. Rentals, he had a phenomenal website that you could literally, okay, I'm interested in this city, and you could go into the provinces and you could literally find properties all over the Philippines that were phenomenal. But I was already very much set on Cebu. I know where I was going to be. I did use his website, the tplrentals.com, when I was thinking about going to and living in the province. But ultimately, I was very comfortable with the one from Cebu Rent Buy. And what's great is I reached out to Britt. I was letting him know, hey, I'm using your website, things like that. I really appreciate all the work he's done. And he handled it personally, which, I appreciate, but it actually worked out really well, because the unit I was looking at was on the 5th floor. And from what I'd seen from all the units, they only had things on the 4th and 5th floor. And I just remember thinking, I'm curious how big the building is. It's probably maybe not that big. And he went out of his way completely. He called me and he said, look, I'm going to go right now and I'm going to live stream you, or, FaceTime you, and I'll show you the unit. And something happened where the unit I was looking at was currently being occupied as an Airbnb. So he's like, look, the tenant's about to leave. And this is where he went really above and beyond, is he talked to the manager of the property, and they had a similar unit, identical in price, identical in layout, on the 17th floor. And when I looked at the pictures of the one on the 5th floor, you're kind of low, you're on the 5th floor, you're kind of lower to the treetops, and it's all right. But man, when he FaceTimed me and I got to see what my view is going to be like on the patio or whatever of the 17th floor, you can see I think you can see the Temple of Leah, the top, or what's called the top of Cebu, and you can, it is just, and for the same price. And again, I didn't ask him to do any of this. He literally just, I told him it was phenomenal. He's I really appreciate him. If anybody watches his channel as well, and I have a feeling he'll probably want to, when I get there, do maybe an interview of how I came over and why. And I'll absolutely do that. I can already tell his energy is just phenomenal. But so I actually, in about 2 weeks, I will send over the funds to secure the unit and move forward with having that all taken care of. So I've been super excited. The energy my level of energy has been such that I've actually been taking on more hours at work, that I don't really, I enjoy work, but I don't actually need to be working, but I've been so enthralled about, we're only down to 4 months before I embark. So, and things have kind of been falling in place. It's interesting how, not according to my plans, but I'm a big believer in, like, the universe kind of aligns and helps you out in ways sometimes when you're heading the right direction. And it really kind of has done that in the last couple of months. A lot of planning, but some of the stuff hasn't gone according to plan, and then it kind of works out better than I could have planned. So I am, again, just super excited. Been picking up a ton of hours with this energy that I have, and I'm very excited to get over there. And I forgot to update in the last video. I've been on my diet. I'd kind of fallen off around like July 4th because it wasn't actually even the holidays. It was more just stress. I was picking up a lot of hours but it wasn't the same kind of energy. I wasn't excited to be picking up these hours. I was more doing it because I wanted to have a bigger paycheck for that period, to make some moves that I'm wanting to do. But this is, just completely different, I think, because I'm actually now getting those paychecks deposited in my bank account, and that's helping kind of make sure I have everything in line. And so, yeah. And my diet. So again, I started this channel to be a little bit accountable and things like that, and I've been doing much better. I actually had my annual physical yesterday, and I'm down about 10 pounds from when I started about a couple months ago. I think I can't remember. I was at like maybe it's 335, and I'm at 316 now. So it's not phenomenal progress, but what really has helped is how I feel, and I feel much better. And that was something else Britt was talking to me about. He's on those like Ozempic kind of things, the GLB-1s, and he told me the price of what he's paying out of pocket there versus, and I know what I'd pay out of pocket here for those. And I mean, he's paying about half the price for 2 months that I would pay for 1 month here. So that's just something else to look forward to when I get out there, is something I'll probably have in line. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. And I know I started this channel early. I wish I was already in the Philippines and I could show you guys, what I'm doing in it. But, I started this channel to hold me accountable while I'm working towards it. And so I am updating you guys every week, and hopefully, when I get to the Philippines, I'll have a lot more to show you guys. But thank you for watching, and comment and engage me if you have any questions or concerns even. Last comment I had, someone was kind of concerned about my plan and wanted to make sure I was making good decisions, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Y'all have a great day.